2010, ringing in around the world with fireworks celebrations in Sydney, Australia, Taipei, Taiwan, London, England, and Edinburgh, Scotland. But in downtown San Diego tonight, this is all you'll see at the stroke of midnight. The massive fireworks show at midnight has been a San Diego tradition for 2 decades. The cancellation came as a huge shock to thousands of San Diegans planning to ring in the new year along the harbor. 10 News reporter Itika Malanis is live at the Embarcadero with a major disappointment for a newlywed couple. Itika?
Well, Kim, an event coordinator at a waterfront venue here told me that she had 3 couples this year wanting to book her venue for a New Year's Eve wedding reception because of the amazing views here on the bay and the fireworks display. But tonight, this is what the lucky couple and 80 of their guests will see at the stroke of midnight. When Sophia and Randy Vanderwater booked their New Year's Eve wedding reception at the Embarcadero 6 months ago, they expected this, the traditional fireworks display over San Diego's bay.
It would have been nice.
But 2 days before their big day, they heard the fireworks were canceled because the city's Ports Tenants Association didn't get the required permit and an environmental lawyer threatened to sue them.
Yeah. We had to call the DJ and say, we can't, don't announce the fireworks. They're not going to be there. I mean, we'll miss it. We definitely wish it would have went off.
Several midnight cruise partiers we talked to were surprised to hear the traditional pyrotechnic show was off.
I think it's a shame.
I think the environmentalists are way out of control. We've been doing this for 20 years, 25 years, and all of a sudden we can't do it.
The lawyer whose legal threats led to the fireworks cancellation declined our request for an on-camera interview, but in an email, Marco Gonzalez said, "It's disheartening how bad a job the press has done in spinning this story from one of government's failure to one of a lone person's environmental crusade." A cruise ship employee told me they had some reservations canceled when they notified customers that the fireworks had been canceled, but they say that they sold out anyway. We are live at the Embarcadero. Itika Malanis, 10 News.
Police in National City are trying to encourage people not to participate in a potentially deadly New Year's Eve tradition. That is what it has sounded like in past years in National City as people have brought in the new year by firing shots in the air. Last year, a bullet grazed one man's roof. Another man tells 10 News it's not as big a problem as it used to be, and he credits the National City Police.
They've been way more aggressive. You know, they're sharks. You know, they're all over the place. You know, you just see them pop out of nowhere, boom, boom, and I mean, everybody's just scared to be out.
Police say they often put extra officers in neighborhoods where the most shots are traditionally fired.
Tonight, we have learned what Umar Abdelmutalib said to his father in their last phone conversation a full month before boarding a plane to the U.S.
The chilling words led his father to alert the CIA, and this evening there are new questions about a CIA memo that might have gotten the suspect put on a no-fly list, a memo that was never sent out. ABC News has learned that on November 19th, more than a month before the failed bombing, the father of 23-year-old Umar Farouk Abdelmutalib was so alarmed, he contacted Nigerian intelligence and the CIA station chief in the Nigerian capital, Abuja. Nigerian intelligence sources say the father had just received a phone call from his son in Yemen. "This is my last contact with you," he said, noting the people he was with were about to destroy his telephone SIM card.
If he did say that, then shame on the person who got that information. They didn't pass it on with the urgency that it needed to be.
The U.S. Embassy did send out a cable November 20th, the day after that meeting. ABC News has learned it said, quote, "Information at post suggests subject may be involved with Yemeni-based extremists." After the CIA station chief interviewed the father, he wrote 2 reports. One was sent back to headquarters in Langley, Virginia. The second remained in Nigeria. Sources tell ABC News it was discovered only after the failed bombing.
What we don't know is why all of that information was not made use of in the end, and that's what has to be found out.
That is presumably why the president has ordered the comprehensive review. Those reports are likely to recommend that agencies share information more readily with each other, with our partners overseas, and with the airlines. And the reports are likely to call for speeding up the deployment of full body scanners. Such devices are already in use in Amsterdam, where Abdul Muttalib boarded Northwest Flight 253, but not currently for U.S.-bound flights. President Obama plans to read the full reports over the weekend and hold a meeting in Washington early next week with the heads of all the agencies